Marvin.
Hey, Salma.
How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm very, very well.
Good. Good.
So, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's reported speech?
Good question. So, reported speech or indirect speech is when we want to repeat what someone said without saying it exactly.
Yeah, indirect.
Yeah, indirectly. It's like it's to summarize or to paraphrase in our words, what someone said.
But is it complicated?
Not complicated, but you do need a little mental gymnastics. But when you get the rhythm, it's always the same.
Okay. But
that's the good news.
You just need to explain, for example, if I'm reporting a present sentence, what's the structure?
Do you want an example?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's imagine that Haja is speaking.
Yeah.
Right, and Haja says, "Oh, I am the new office manager." She's not the office manager. Okay. So maybe one day.
Yeah.
All right. And so now she says, "I am the new office manager." And you want to repeat what Haja said.
It to you.
So you want to repeat it to me. So you would say, "She said she was the new office manager." So she said, "I am." But when you repeat it,
you said
you would change it to was.
So present sentence, translate, no, how would say? Present sentence on a reported speech, it's with the past.
Correct.
Okay, so if I am reporting a past sentence, how can I do?
Right, okay, this is where it starts to get a little more complicated, okay?
Yeah.
So if you are using the past, if someone says something to you in the past or present perfect, okay, we switch to the past perfect. It sounds more complicated than it is, okay? Here's an example, okay? So Haja is speaking as well, and Haja says, "Oh, the presentation was a disaster."
Okay.
So this is what Haja said, right? So I would say, "She said the presentation had been a disaster."
Had been a disaster. All right.
Okay.
So we use
the
past perfect when we want to report a past sentence.
Or the present perfect.
Okay.
Yep. So more or less, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple for the moment. Yeah. But yes.
And if I want to report a future sentence?
Easier, much easier. Yeah. Simple. Will becomes
would. Okay.
You know that already. Okay.
Perfect.
So example, Francois, he's speaking to you and he says, "Oh, I'll meet you at 10 a.m. by the station." And so now you're going to repeat what he said to you. You say, "Oh, Francois said he'd or he would meet me at the station at 10 a.m.
All right.
Now remember,
replace.
Remember I gave you a contraction.
Yeah.
So he would becomes
he'd.
Strange,
yeah,
right?
Very strange.
So if someone says to you, if you want to say she would,
she'd.
If you feel more comfortable saying she would, say she would,
okay.
But you need to detect.
I'm going to try.
You're going to try?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And for sentences now.
All right, so present continuous. Okay, so I am speaking to the client. I'm speaking to the client today. Marvin said he was speaking to the client today.
Oh, okay.
Everything just steps back into the past.
It's more natural, I think.
Easier?
And fluent when we just talk and practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the only way to do this is with lots of examples.
So let's try.
So what I'll do now is... Are you ready for some examples?
I think.
Ok, c'est l'heure de s'entraîner. Maintenant, on va passer à différents types de questions que les professeurs vont me poser. Short answers, long answers et ask me a question. Vous avez le temps de les faire en même temps que moi, voire beaucoup plus vite que moi, pour voir si la leçon est bien acquise ou non.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a sentence. you give me the reported speech. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
The manager said, the project is on track.
The manager said the project was on track.
Bingo. Sarah mentioned, I'm not ready for the presentation.
Sarah mentioned
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Well, she said, I'm not.
No, she wasn't not. She wasn't ready for the presentation.
Very good. Emma announced, I'll be available after lunch.
Emma announced she'd be available after lunch.
Very good. You contracted.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. The client said, our feedback won't be important for the project.
The client said our feedback wouldn't be important for the project.
Excellent. The manager, listen. The manager said the project was on track last week.
Okay, I understand. The manager said the project had been on track last week.
Excellent. Okay. Sarah mentioned, I wasn't ready for the presentation yesterday.
Sarah mentioned she hadn't been ready for the presentation.
So, Salma, I will give you a sentence and you can transform it for me into reported speech.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
you good?
try.
All right, let's try. So, the manager said the project is on track.
The manager said the project was on track.
Great. Okay. Sarah mentioned, I'm not ready for the presentation.
Sarah mentioned she wasn't ready for the presentation.
Great. Emma announced, I'll be available after lunch.
Emma announced she won't be.
Aha. So remember,
she would be
be
available after lunch.
Exactly. The client said, our feedback won't be important for the project.
The client said our feedback wouldn't be important for the project.
Exactly. Well done. The manager said the project was on track last week.
The manager said the project had been on track last week.
Well done. Okay. Sarah mentioned, I wasn't ready for the presentation yesterday.
Sarah mentioned she hadn't been ready for the presentation.
Well done. Emma announced she wasn't available after lunch yesterday.
Emma announced she hadn't been available after lunch.
Good. The client said our feedback was important for the project.
The client said our feedback hadn't been important for the project.
Okay, yeah. Michael stated the documents weren't ready for the review.
Michael stated the document hadn't been ready for the review.
Exactly.
For review.
The manager said the new policy will be effective next month.
The manager said the new policy would be effective next month.
Excellent. Sarah mentioned, I won't be available tomorrow.
Sarah mentioned she wouldn't be available tomorrow.
Okay, last one. John stated, the team will be ready to start next week.
John stated the team would be ready to start next week.
Well done.
Next year.
next year, next week. Yeah. I can't remember.
Sorry.
I can't remember what I said.
Me too.
Was that good?
Yeah, it's gymnastic.
It is a little
Every
bit of
time
gymnastics, yeah.
When you report speech, but it's okay.
You did well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ça y est, la leçon est terminée. J'espère que vous aussi, vous avez appris quelque chose avec moi durant cet épisode. Vous allez pouvoir retrouver tous nos épisodes sur notre playlist LearnEnglish. Et n'hésitez pas à nous envoyer des commentaires, des questions ou des thématiques que vous voulez aborder pour les prochains podcasts sur nos réseaux sociaux ou également sur notre site directement. Je vous rappelle qu'on a utilisé uniquement 3 stratégies orales durant cet épisode. Nous en utilisons énormément durant nos cours. N'hésitez pas à nous contacter pour en savoir plus et voire même booker votre premier cours. Énormément durant nos cours. N'hésitez pas à nous contacter pour en savoir plus et voire même booker votre premier cours.